The biggest game yet on Saturday is Illinois Purdue, the 11th ranked Illini take on the number 4 ranked Boilermakers in Mackey, one of the hardest environments to play in all of sports. Should be a huge game with a ton of upside for a crazy potential. Both offenses. We're looking at the number 1 and the number 3 Ken Palm offenses. Illinois is actually the number 1 in the nation, which I can't believe. Keaton Wagler has played himself into superstardom. Keaton Wagler was a lottery pick. He was an unranked high school recruit. Illinois and Minnesota were the only Power 4 offers he had. Took his best offer, kind of similar to John Blackwell. When John Blackwell came to Wisconsin after having that was his only Power 4 offer. Crazy, under-recruited, overlooked, and he defied all odds. And Keaton Wagler is the 6'6" point guard. I mean, the other night he had did not have a good game, a terrible game, shooting wise, and still had a triple double or a near triple double. It was absurd. I mean, he's unbelievable, and we'll get to next. He has Keaton Wagler, even though Keaton Wagler is great, and they're gonna have Andrei Stojakovic. Andrei Stojakovic just plays his ass off. He's looked really good, but they are missing Kylan Boswell. Kylan Boswell is your best on-ball defender. Honestly, in my opinion, if you get him on Braden Smith, I think I would give Illinois a higher chance to win. Illinois with Kylan Boswell and Braden Smith would be unbelievable, considering that Purdue has one really good defender, C.J. Cox. Other than that, everyone kind of just sucks at defense. Well, obviously Braden. But Braden Smith is one of the best players in the country, if not the best. He's one of the best point guards of all time in college basketball. But you have C.J. Cox who starts around 6'3". Not a ton of upside. He played well the other night, but Fletcher has a lot of issues. Fletcher is one of the best. I would say he's a really good shooter. He hasn't shot the ball great, but the team hasn't shot the ball great. He has a lot of physical limitations. Already makes jokes, get him on the Mason Gillis diet because Fletcher Lawyer looks like he's about 6'4", 110 pounds. But other than that, they have TKR. TKR has looked awful. He's not look healthy. There was obviously a viral clip that went crazy last week where he gets the ball stolen and then just gives up, doesn't chase him down. Clough he has not been everything you thought he was going to be. I mean, he's been a decent player. He hasn't been bad. He's been okay, but Oscar Clough was supposed to be one of the best rebounders in the country like he has been in the last couple of years. Daniel Jacobson off the bench. I do like that. I think that if all goes right, you have TKR, Oscar Clough, Daniel Jacobson. They should be eating alive the Aviciches. The Aviciches, they are soft. Tomislav's more talented. He was the best player on a above average team last year, and now they're elite, and he is nowhere near the top player on the team. I mean, Andrei Stojakovic is better. I think Keaton Wagler's better. I think Kylan's better. No, I don't know if Kylan's better. It's close. Kylan is really good on ball, but regardless, he's out of this game. He's going to be out for a month. But Purdue, I think the front court, I love the idea of them against Big Z or Big T. Those guys don't play defense. It's tough to watch. David Mirkovic, he obviously disappeared, and I'm trying to think. Brad Underwood bashed him. He said he couldn't play him. He was in Serbia. It was a whole big thing. We'll see. I don't love the fact that he has to play in Mackey as a freshman against TKR. Now, granted, TKR, you never know. I mean, he looks hurt. He doesn't look like himself. It's not fully healthy, but we'll see. It's a little bit scary for me. But, who knows? Brad Underwood's going to have to bring the leader, Jake Davis. Jake Davis is the leader and one of the best Nah, who am I kidding? He's not the best at anything. But, he's not a bad shooter. He's an okay shooter. Um, I don't know about you, but he has like this. It's not unlikable. It's just like you watch him play. Now you watch him play. You see him on the court, and you think, man, how does this dude play college basketball? But you know what? He's productive. Um, he's not terrible. He's not terrible. He's the leader of the team. Obviously, you'd assume that's Kylan, but you know, Brad Underwood is closer to that team than anybody else. So kind of weird, but potential matchups that I would love to see is I would love to see the Purdue front court against the the brothers. Um, Braden Smith should eat alive with that nice midi. If he goes, I think I heard. So I heard Greg on Sleepers Media. When Braden Smith gets downhill and he sees Tomislav or Zanimir Visic, it is barbecue chicken all day. Like literally, just go up. It's gonna be a layup. He's gonna pull up for the midi. Braden Smith's gonna show why he's one of the best players in the country, if not the best player in the country. Um, Potential letdowns. So the thing that scares me is Purdue, as good as they seem like they're going to be on offense, the defense scares the shit out of me. They're going to have Keaton Wagler, who's the matchup? Like, Braden's a good defender, CJ Cox is a good defender. Those dudes are 6 foot and 6'2", 6'3". They are not big dudes. We'll see. I kind of love... I don't love anything, actually. Or I love it for Illinois. I love the fact that if your two best defenders are CJ Cox and Braden Smith, who have a severe height disadvantage against Keaton Wagler and Andrej Stojakovic, if you have some way, maybe like Fletcher guards Andre might drop 20. All contested twos, all layups, no threes. But even if he gets on Braden, he's got such a height advantage on Braden. Like, I mean, we're talking about 5 to 6 inches. I mean, this game in the end. This game's gonna fall in the hands of which offense performs better. There's a reason they're number 1 and number 3 in the country. They're both superbly talented. Even though they don't have Kylan Boswell, even the Illini don't have Kylan Boswell. The Purdue offense has Braden Smith, TKR, like I said before. But yeah, I think a huge wild card is Mirkovic and how he can handle the front court. Because Mirkovic has shown dominance in games, then there's games where he disappears. So we'll see. That's a huge matchup for me. But let's be honest, this game's getting the over-under, in my opinion, dude. This should be like 170. This game is going to be so much scoring. And it'll definitely be one of the games of the year. Andre, I'm a little worried about Keaton Wagler. I mean, think about it. You're a freshman, you're unranked, you've never played in huge games. He was never on like the huge EIBL circuit. And he's got to go play in Mackey Arena in the biggest game of the year for Purdue. Purdue's coming off a tough loss to UCLA. Does that not scare you a little bit? That scares me a little bit. However, I think that for him to be that good, he's probably wired a little bit different. But Andre, I'm not even slightly worried about, even though he's never played in big games. He's played in the ACC for his first 2 years. There's no kind of, unless you're in Duke or UNC, there's no type of competitive basketball there. That conference sucks. They're terrible. But I think Andrej Stojakovic, I think he's built different. Like I said, I'm not worried. He performed in the Texas Tech game. He single-handedly carried the offense. Mirkovic, I'm a little worried. But other than that, I mean, again, this is going to be an offensive shootout. The thing is, if they can force Purdue, so this is the thing. So UCLA, they shot awful. They're on the West Coast. They lost to UCLA. Could have just been, UCLA has underperformed. UCLA still has talent. They didn't lose. They didn't go on the road and lose to Penn State's been fine. I mean, they got annihilated by Wisconsin tonight, but they've been fine. Who's a really bad team? Not Northwestern. I don't know. There's so many Big Ten teams that are so frisky this year. Like I don't know about you. Like I don't really want to play Northwestern. I don't really want to play Indiana. I don't really want to play Minnesota. They've been frisky too. Um, yeah. Okay. I wasn't. They didn't go on the road and beat Rutgers. Rutgers is trash. Rutgers is terrible. They didn't go on the road and beat and lose to Rutgers. They lost to UCLA. Donovan Dent was obviously one of the best players in the portal. Got paid like it, and I'll be honest, man, he outplayed Braden Smith. Now, granted, there's nobody near talented enough at the point guard position with Kylan Boswell out that could even have a chance to outplay Braden Smith. That book is closed, but if Braden Smith can get to his spots, and if he can get Fletcher Lawyer involved, maybe TKR shows a little bit. TKR gets his bag. Clough gets. I mean, TKR and Clough. Let's be honest. They should physically dominate Mirkovic and Tomislav Orzanomir. Those guys are soft as baby shit. I mean, there's no reason that they hang with the Purdue front court if the Purdue front court plays like how they should play. Granted, we don't know the TKR situation. We'll see, but I mean, this should be an offensive onslaught for honestly both teams because you have a 6'6" point guard in Keaton Wagler. You have a 6'5" wing, 6'5", 6'6" wing in Andrei Stojakovic who can get to the hoop against he's got two smaller defenders and one who is severely malnourished in Fletcher Lawyer. There's no reason both those guys shouldn't go for 20. Like I mean, this game's gonna be 95-93. Like, and it's gonna come down to the last possession, in my opinion. If Kylan Boswell is healthy, I love Illinois. Like, granted, I will say, if Illinois, there's this chance that Illinois comes into Mackey Arena, scared shitless, and they just get that lunch money taken. I could definitely see that as a possible situation. I could definitely see Illinois coming in. The lights are too bright, and they just don't get off the bus. It's as simple as that. There's easily a chance that happens, but I don't see it. I trust Andrei Stojakovic. David Mirkovic, if he shows up, he could be really good. Both the Visiches have played in big games, like even though I think they're disadvantaged or at a disadvantage. They've both played in big games. So you'll have to see that. Let me look up. So on Ken Palm, obviously the difference is that Illinois plays such a slower pace. And so I heard this on social media. Playing at a slower pace is definitely better in a hard road environment. You can slow possessions down, slow Purdue down, less likely for Purdue to go on runs. At home, man, that place is gonna get electric. Say Illinois comes out and they're a little uncomfortable without Kylan Boswell. They have a few turnovers, and Purdue starts the game off 10-2. That place is going to be rocking. And you're telling me that you're not a little bit worried about how Keaton Wagler, Mirkovic, how they handle that environment? I mean, that would be horrible. But if they can get the ball, slow possession down, get Andrei Stojakovic getting downhill, get Keaton Wagler just to play like Keaton Wagler. He's been absurd this year. Could be an All-American. Definitely first team All Big Ten. He's been playing at that kind of level on a top 15 team in America. So if you can get those guys to play up to their potential, I kind of like Illinois. But in the end, not having that defender to guard Braden Smith, not having that dude who can you can never stop Braden Smith. You can outplay Braden Smith, you can slow him down a little bit. He plays 40 minutes of the game. This is difficult. So Braden Smith could get in foul trouble depending on the matchup if he gets too physical of a matchup. But you never know. I like the matchup with Braden Smith. And that versus that defense, I would not be surprised if this dude has 16 and 11 assists. TKR, again, the X factor is that front court. TKR, David Mirkovic. We'll see how they both perform. Should be interesting. But But in the end, I think it's going to be an absolute shootout. There will not be many possessions that are not scored on. I'm going to predict 97. No, not 97. I'm going to predict 88. Yeah, 93-88. Purdue for the win in Mackey. Mackey's a tough place to play. And honestly, if they had Colin Boswell, I would pick the Illini to win. I think they're the better team. I think that Illini have a very strong chance to get to that Final Four when Colin Boswell comes back. But right now, I just don't think they have it. I just don't think they're missing that one piece. And Colin Boswell was what kind of brought this team together. Colin Boswell was the one that brought this team together. He was a huge part of why they were so good, honestly. And I think that defense is barbecue chicken if they don't have Colin Boswell. So, yeah. Like I said, 93-88. Purdue wins in a close one. Shootout. There's probably points scored on almost every possession. So, yep. I'll see you guys in the next one. That is preview number 1 of the Saturday games. We're going to be doing a Saturday recap. So, stay tuned.